Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Well, it does. Although the Younes Talks Football content is now on here. So you're watching here, make sure you're subscribed. All things football will be on here, including watch-alongs that are going to be done for alternative games. So keep your eyes peeled, make sure you're subs, and when they do get up and away, you'll hear from them. Now, what a day of Premier League football we have had. Absolutely incredible. Manchester City grinding it out like proper champions do and getting a result where you do actually look at that Leeds team and go, you know what? You actually played well today. Leeds, and not just today, to be fair, Leeds have been playing really well for the last few weeks. But it's like I said on Shootout, and I did say this in the predictions, I reckon Leeds will put on a good display, but I think City will just be that little bit stronger. I want to point out something for Manchester City that I think they've done beautifully. And that's approach the January transfer window in a way that no one else did. They went and they identified two areas that they needed to get personnel in. Done. That's it. And that is what's going to help spearhead them towards the Premier League title once again come May. And those players are Mark Guehi and Semenyo. Semenyo getting the goal in clutch today against Leeds. Like I've said, the game was looking pretty 50-50. In times, you would actually say it looked more in Leeds' favour. They put on a good display. Leeds didn't play badly today. Any Leeds fans that are going, we weren't good enough. No. You played well today. But when you're coming up against, I think, a giant under this pressure of this magnitude, man, when you got City, their backs against the walls, it's hard to beat them. It's hard to beat them. When they're switched on and they're clicking and they are on it and they're focused and they're driven, boy. And this is the thing. They started off first half of the season, we could see the holes in this City team. They weren't playing well at all. They were exposed in many areas of the pitch. And like I've said, they needed reinforcements defensively and they needed a new outlet offensively. And Guehi and Semenyo has done exactly that for them. Semenyo can't stop, not just scoring, but I think being the main man in the offensive build-up. He is, and not just that, he's there to score. You know, in the absence of Erling Haaland today, big loss. You'd think, okay, they're going to struggle. Man. Semenyo steps in, boom, thank you very much. Not a problem. Now imagine if they didn't get someone like him in the January transfer window. This would have been a situation like we saw in prior games in the season where City just throw the result away, because they weren't able to cling on or they weren't able to hold on. I thought today was a masterclass in a big club running like a big club. A real title chaser operating like a title chaser, even in a part of the season where they are still chasing and they have had results where it's not gone their way for, you could say, their own doing and their own fault. This is the sort of game away at Elland Road where you get a 1-0, you get 3 points in the bag, you play solid enough. City today weren't blitzing, but they were solid. They were disciplined. They were orchestrated. Beautiful. So fair play. Good build up for the goal. Great goal in terms of Semenyo picking his place and positioning beautifully. Right place, right time. Made the run quality. And defensively, City were just not letting anything through. They just weren't. And that is what title-winning teams do. Now, the pressure is on. Like I've said, the pressure is on because they are now back to 2 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal play Chelsea tomorrow. Now, you can catch my preview for Arsenal versus Chelsea over on Younes Talks Chelsea. So go and have a butchers at that. It'll be up. It might not be up straight after this, but it will be up. So make sure you're subscribed over there too to catch my thoughts on the Chelsea end and whether we can get a job done against Arsenal tomorrow or not. But the pressure is back in Arsenal's hands now. It's back in their court. Because Arsenal now know, okay, well, crap, after a huge lead at the top of the table, it's now been resorted back to 2 points. And at least, it's a hard game. Arsenal-Chelsea isn't exactly playing, Arsenal-Wolves, and Arsenal nearly threw that one away. But, like I've said, I'll give you my thoughts on Younes Talks Chelsea in terms of how I think it's going to go down. But pressure's back on. 2 points. Imagine if Arsenal don't win tomorrow. Imagine they draw. Oh, well, at that point, it's there for City's taken. It really is. So City have done their job. they've swung the pendulum back over to Arsenal in terms of pressure. Are Arsenal going to bottle it? We'll see. But City, fair play to them. I thought they played really, really well. But can we also talk about goals galore? Goals galore today. Unbelievable games, like I've said, we've had in the Premier League today. And City was probably the least entertaining one. But we got to start there because it's them chasing the title when they've put the pressure back onto Arsenal. But not only did we get Wolves beating Aston Villa 2-0. I mean, that's a shock result in and of itself. Unai Emery giving his post-match interview of just deflecting and deflecting and deflecting and trying to make it look like Aston Villa were great. We were the best team on the day. We just didn't get the result. It could have swung in our favour 99 times out of 100. It's just that one that didn't. We've heard that one before. Is the pressure mounting for Unai Emery? I think it might be a little bit. I think the Aston Villa team now, I think psychologically are starting to let themselves go a little bit. They have to find a way to get themselves back on track. And I think it's all mental. I don't even think it's very physical. Physical, you could say maybe they're a little bit tired. But mentally, I think they're starting to struggle. So we'll see what happens there. Albeit they've still got Europa League to focus on too. And I think that's what's maybe holding them back as well. Bournemouth 1, Sunderland 1. Liverpool 5, West Ham 2. I mean, what? Disassi with the own goal at the end. I mean, why, mate? Why? But Liverpool were coasting. Let's just be real. Coasting. And then came off into second gear and kind of just coasted through. West Ham, yes, did get a couple of goals, but I think Liverpool were off the gas at that point and just trying to take it easy. Which is the right thing to do because Liverpool have been struggling for momentum up until the last few games. And now it looks like they've actually got themselves back on track. But they're still not... It's weird. I don't know. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But Liverpool won 5-2 today. But they weren't brilliant. Do you know what I mean? West Ham, I think, were way too open. And I think the game was settled way too early. 3-0 very, very quickly. Game's dead. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even think Liverpool had to try and prove anything today. So maybe that's the answer to my question. But they done a very, very good job in those first 20, 30 minutes to basically just sign, seal, deliver the fixture. And then come off the gas completely. And then we didn't really get much of an entertaining game, except West Ham, getting a couple of goals and trying to get some sort of a consolation. And then Disassi with the own goal. So there's that. But like I've said, today was goals galore because we got 5-2 at Anfield, but we also got Everton beating Newcastle 3-2 at St. James's Park. How has that happened? Crazy. Overall, it's absolutely crazy. We've also got Burnley Brentford. Now, this was game of the day. Yeah, game of the day. And I don't know if for anyone that actually missed that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you missed out on such an incredible fixture. But Brentford beating Burnley. But look at the way that it actually went down. Unbelievable scenes. The fact that we had Brentford that were 3-0 up by 34 minutes. And then Burnley get themselves back into the game. Now, this is a Burnley team that are about to get relegated, a Burnley team that couldn't flipping finish their dinner. Albeit, we did see them come back at Stamford Bridge to Chelsea, and they did get that 1-1 draw. But being 3-0 down, they managed to get themselves to 3-3. They managed to then concede Brentford with the fourth. And then Burnley, Ashley Barnes himself, Mr. How old is he now? 30, 50 million years old? I don't know. Ashley Barnes has been around since forever, hasn't he? I think he's been around since about 10 years ago where he was actually just playing normally. I can't believe he's still playing in the Premier League. But Ashley Barnes getting the equaliser. And then disallowed. VAR. Doesn't count. Brentford nick the win. In a game where at one point Brentford were absolutely coasting. And all of a sudden, they nick it at the very end. All because of a VAR decision. Unreal. That's a really good result for Brentford, but done in a very, very hard way. Very hard way, because Brentford now do keep themselves in contention for a European spot in the Premier League. Burnley, despite great character, I have to say, Burnley put on a very, very mesmerising second half display and nearly done something incredible. But too little too late. They still find themselves picking up 0 points and being in that relegation zone and definitely going down. But Brentford right now are 2 points behind Chelsea, who play tomorrow against Arsenal, and sitting in 7th. So, I mean, Brentford, 5 points above Liverpool. It's up for grabs. At least I reckon Brentford are definitely in contention for getting a Conference League spot, for sure. Everton, because they did win, are 3 points behind Brentford as well. So it's all getting very, very interesting. But the way that it looks right now, City puts the pressure back onto Arsenal. Can Arsenal get a result against Chelsea tomorrow? Will they extend that gap back to 5 points with a game extra played? We'll see. But goals galore elsewhere. Liverpool picking up 3 points. Brentford picking up 3 points. Everton picking up 3 points. Aston Villa slipping. Manchester United have a chance to be able to take this into their favour and jump into third above Aston Villa. It's all cooking. It's all cooking. But what do you think about City's result today? Do you think they've put themselves back into a position where... Are they favourites? That's what I want to ask you guys. Do you reckon Man City are actually favourites here? Or do you think Arsenal are going to get the job done to the end of the season? 10 games remaining. It's about to get tight. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And like I've said, I will be doing a preview for Arsenal-Chelsea over on Younes Talks Chelsea. Keep your eyes peeled for a brand new video here tomorrow as well. And I'll catch all of you then. Subscribe, notification bell on, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, people, in a bit. And peace.